Hundreds are gathering in Oakville's Coronation Park to take part in the Courage Polar Bear Dip event. Funds raised from the dip will go to help communities in Ethiopia and Zambia to get clean water. And joining us live now to talk more about this initiative, this fantastic initiative, are Trent and Todd Courage, co-founders of the annual event. It's so great to sit down with you. Thank you for your time.
Well, thanks for having us.
How did this start for the two of you? Talk to us about the motivation at the very beginning.
We were younger. It was 39 years ago. This January 1st, we were on the couch, and our mother told us to get off the couch. And we said, yeah, we were kind of sluggish, some cobwebs from the night before. And she came back an hour later and said, get up and do something. Then she came back again and said, why don't you go jump in the lake and you'll wake up. You heard the Scandinavians do it. So we did, and we felt fantastic after, so we made it a tradition and been doing it ever since.
And how did it then become a fundraiser?
Well, over a period of time, this is, as Todd mentioned, 39 years ago, so there wasn't internet, there wasn't social media, there wasn't all those things that would help, spread the word. So it was really just word of mouth, a lot of community-based talk. And as we started to get more and more people showing up, we figured, we could maybe do something good with this, because we had local newspapers showing up just out of the blue, and we said, hey, let's get involved. And so eventually we partnered up with World Vision Canada, and that was about 25 years ago.
Pretty big deal. This is Canada's largest polar bear dip. You're celebrating 39 years this year, and so far you've raised almost $2.3 million. How does that feel?
It feels fantastic. When we started this, as we were just talking a few minutes ago, we never thought it would end up being anything like this. This year we're hoping to make over $100,000 to getting closer to that 2.5 number, but we're very proud. But it takes a lot of volunteers to get to that and everything else. So it's not just the two of us, believe me, there's a lot of people involved.
It's a whole shout out to, essentially, as Todd mentioned, all the volunteers. This is multi-generational now. As mentioned, our mother, basically motivating factor, a little bit of a strong-willed lady saying, get your butts off the sofa and go stuff. And now we both have three kids each, and those kids are very involved in not just dipping and going in, but also helping organize the event. So it really has become a factor where there's so many people that make this event what it is today.
Oh, I love the multi-generational piece, and that you're now sharing it with your children who might one day share it with theirs. I love the fact too that there are so many great costumes, and there's a bit of a contest there. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we started, people just started showing up with costumes, and really elaborate costumes, so we thought we'd have a costume contest. We started that about 10 or 15 years ago, and the costume contest starts at 1:15, and
we have so best group and best individual, and you just get a lot of great costumes, as Todd mentioned. There's you might be able to see some on camera at one point, but they're just so creative, and we felt we needed to reward the people that were going out of their way to do something extra. And we have this festival atmosphere, we have live music going on, we have food that's being served in the area, so it's not just a dip into the water, but it's a whole event.
Yeah, and the event is all about water, and clean water is something so many of us in this country take for granted. That's not the case for everybody. What have you learned about this through your philanthropy?
We were in Rwanda in 2007 with World Vision, and just saw how amazing the projects they have done for that, being boreholes and wells. So it was something to see. This year we're helping Zambia and Ethiopia, and in Ethiopia, 80 million people don't have access to toilets, sanitation, and Zambia is landlocked, so they don't have access to fresh water. 2 out of 5 people don't have access to fresh water.
And to your point, as our shirt even says, if you get that water for water. So we're jumping in the water to bring water, clean, fresh water, and even including for sanitation to people on the other side of the world. And essentially, the feelings that we had while we were in Rwanda were just, it was a roller coaster of emotions. You would feel so low because you see what people are going through. It's something we can't even comprehend. And then you go to incredible highs, seeing where the money has gone to create all this clean water access. And people that are there, they're singing and they're dancing, they're chanting and cheering. We were there at the opening of an actual borehole, and it was incredible. It's a life-changing event, and that's what gives the motivation for ourselves. And we try to explain that to to the people and the volunteers so that they see what we have seen through our
Yeah, and
eyes.
so they can really understand the impact.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
speaking of the impact, if somebody wants to get involved or take part, where can they find that information?
You can go to polarbeardip.ca. That has all the information. We start registering on the park at 12:30. Costume contest is at 1:15, and then we go in right at 2 o'clock.
And you can still register, yes?
Yeah, you can still register online right up until 7 o'clock or January 1st. And then after that, if you haven't registered online, please show up at the park and you can continue registering there. And if you can manage to raise some money along the way, it's fantastic. It's just, as mentioned, it's a great fun event. And if anything, you get a t-shirt out of it.
Yeah.
And if I could show you just one thing.
Absolutely.
This is just a bunch of t-shirts that were put together in a blanket for over the years. So it just kind of shows you the evolution of all
This
the
initiative.
different.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so is the work that you're doing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Trent and Todd Courage, co-founders of this event. Have so much fun and thank you.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
And coming up next.